Oh man, oh man, I hate winter. It's so cold. Okay, so things to do to not mess up your credit score. Call you back. So things to do to not mess up your credit score. A lot of people make these awful and dreadful mistakes. Simple mistakes. Not because you're stupid, because you just don't know. Most credit repair companies don't tell you, hey, you're not supposed to do this. Hey, you're not supposed to do that. They don't do it. I tell all my clients, don't do this, don't do that. And sometimes they might forget it, because this you're just, how can I say it? It's like normal. It's just like putting on your shoes and sneakers. It's normal to do. So number one, never, never, ever under any circumstances cancel a credit card or send back a credit card. It will drop your score 50 plus points. That's don't do it. Just don't do it. You will listen. You will regret it if you do. If you have that credit card and you say, "Well, just you know what you do? Charge $20 on it, pay it off, and let it sit. Let it stay active. Let it get you points because that's what every credit card is for. It's to build your credit. It's to stabilize your credit. Number two, if you have student loans, make sure you're in a forbearance or a program. Keep listen. You want to make sure that you know what date to update that program because this is what's going to happen. If you miss that date, your score can drop 50 to 100 points. I've seen it happen. A woman called me recently, and I reminded her the whole month, and I shouldn't have to remind you. Uh, she said, "Oh yeah, I'm going to get to it. I'm going to get to it. I'm going to get to it," and it got to her. Dropped their score 100 points. She said she couldn't believe it. So that's another thing. That right there, you definitely want to be careful. Um, Stop applying for credit. The worst thing you could do is apply for credit. It's the worst thing you could do unless you know your APR. If you don't know your APR, you should not be in a store online applying for credit because 90% of the time, no, I would say 99.9% of the time, you will get denied. You should start applying for credit when you hit a score of 680 and up because that's in a fair range. That's where most APRs begin to show light. Like this room need to show light. Yeah, so uh how can I braid this? This computer, I tell you. Brand new computer. But for some reason, well anyway. Uh that was number three. I think it was number three. No, actually, no. I'm on number three. Now, number three. Um, Most people are in a financial situation, and you need a loan so bad, So what do? You keep on applying, 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 applying. Stop, stop, stop. Because if you get denied one time, you're gonna keep on getting denied. You know, you just like I said, you got to know your APR. If you know your APR, you know if you're gonna get approved for a loan or if you're not. You know, I tell all my clients, don't apply for any financial assistance or loan till you get to about like six 600 to 680. There are traditional banks that will approve you at 550, but they're trying to change that too. No, I remember a long time ago when my score was at 550 and I got approved for an $8,000 loan. Then I went back. The crazy part is I was paying on the loan, paying on the loan. Credit score going up, it's going up, it's going up, it's going up. And I said, you know what? I need another $8,000. Well, I didn't need it. My ex-wife needed it. And I was like, what? Okay, forget it. Let's go get it. And I went back. The guy said, sure, we can give you another loan. And I'm looking at him like he's crazy. Because at that time, my credit was just starting to go up. And I was like, wow. I'm like, this credit mess is pretty good. So sometimes it's what you say and what you put on the loan that have them. Example, let's say you need $5,000. You know you need $5,000. Now your score is in that range, but even though it's in that range, the bank might not give you that $5,000. So what do you do? The question is, what do? You trick the bank into giving you that money. Now I know you're saying, Lorenzo, how in the world can I trick a bank to give you money? This is what no other channel teaches. You go to the bank, you say, I need a $5,000 loan. But you say, I want to do half. The thing is you want to put it where you tell them that you need $5,000, but you'll settle for whatever you can get. But you also need bill consolidation. This is what they do. They'll combine it. I'm gonna tell you why. Because whenever you're trying to help yourself, an institution is willing to help you. If you just go in and say, oh, I need a $5,000 loan, and that's it, they're gonna deny you flat. Because you're not trying to help yourself. You're just trying to get over and spend, and dig yourself deeper in a hole in debt. And that's what the banks don't want you to do. The banks are there to help you, not crucify you. So by you saying you need debt consolidation, they're like, wow, yes, we can help you. I've done this. I've done it. It works. I walked out that bank twice with $8,000. I couldn't believe myself. But because I wanted bill consolidation, they gave it to me. And you know what? I wasn't even trying. What I did, I just dig deep into my brain that God gave me. And I said, what's going to make these people give me what I want? And if you use this method in anything you do, you'll get anything you want. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you a little story. Long time ago, I had a girlfriend, and she was all right. She was cool. So I needed something, and the problem was she said no. So I sat there in the chair, And I was thinking to myself, how could I get her to give me what I want? A man is supposed to be a king. A man is supposed to be strong, represent something powerful. And for a person to sit there and tell you no, when God has given you all the tools, all the power, all the faith to get what you want in life, if you accept no, it's your fault. It's nobody's fault. It's not the person down the street. It's not your woman's or your man's. It's your fault because you accepted no for an answer. So to make a long story short, no, I dig down in my bag of tricks, and finally I got a yes, and I knew from that point that I could accomplish anything, especially when I went to the bank. And you know what? At the time I got those loans, my credit score wasn't all that. And I said, wait a minute. You're not supposed to get loans like this when you got bad credit. It's not your score. It's what comes out your mouth. It's the documents. It's what you have to provide and say. This is why people screw up all the time. Because they're talking, but they're talking about nothing. Before you conversate with anybody, you should know what you're going to say before you say it. Same thing with Donald Trump. Donald Trump's a good president. But you know what the problem is? The problem was his mouth. You can't say what you just want to say. You're talking to a nation. You're talking to the people. You cannot just come out your mouth and say what you want to say. You have to treat people with respect because they're going to treat you with respect. And eventually, if you keep on talking this way, guess what's going to happen? People are going to lose faith in you. You cannot talk to anybody any way you want. You can't go in the bank and say, "Oh, I want this loan. You got to give it to me." That's not the way it works. Every situation, you have to create a strategy. And that's what it's all about. Let me tell you something. A long time ago, long time ago, I was like 17, 18 years old. And I was facing a lot of time in jail. I was like, I messed up big time. 50 years. I'm like, there's no way I'm going to get out of this. My mother, God bless the dead, she said, there's no way you're going to walk away from this. She said, you're just going to have to suck it up and do the time. And I told her, I said, I refuse to go to jail. And she said, well, I want to see how you're going to get out of this. And she said, you can talk your way out of anything, but she said, not this. So let me tell you something. I got in front of that judge and I talked to him. I dug deep into the law. I said, I don't need a lawyer. And he said, young man, you're 18 years old. He said, I would suggest that you get a lawyer because this is a serious charge. By the time I got done with that judge, you know what he gave me? It went from 50-year sentence to probation. This is an honest to God story. I knew then that I was somebody special because, and I truly believe back then, I knew that if I could get out of this, anybody could do anything they want in life. They could have their own business. They could get a big loan. And you know what? People go through life. People go through life thinking, oh, there's no way I can get that type of loan. It's not possible. Everything is possible. So you can't sit here and tell me that you're not going to be able to. You know, I've got a lady a couple months ago. I got a lady a $400,000 loan. She said she never thought in a million years she could get that kind of money. Sometimes it takes patience, time, and faith, and you can do anything you want. You want a house, you want a car, you want a loan, you want to start a business, you want to get all your debt wiped away. There's so many different things that's hidden. There's different programs. There's different ways. There's methods. You'd be surprised. You'd be surprised. Um, you can talk your debts down so low that you'll be able to pay it off with no problem. A lot of people don't know that they can talk their debt. They can get 70% off of every account they have if they talk sensible, if they talk respectful, if they say, hey, you have no choice but to wipe my debt clean because guess what? It's on your books. It's, it's not doing nothing for me, but it's on your books. Your books look messy. And most companies will agree because they don't want their debt on their books. Hello, Jay Pryor. ID business days. So, for people that think that they can't do nothing or they think that they can't achieve nothing, text me 610-470-8992. And I guarantee you, you give me your time and I will show you a way. I will get you whoever you need to speak to, or if I can't do it, because so many people are in debt and so many people owe the IRS. So many people, the people that are in debt don't realize that they can get 70% off their debt. And you know what? Guess what's going to happen? There's two options. First, the company will say, okay, we'll do it. Then they'll say, oh, no, we're not doing that. We're not taking the 70% off. Guess what? They have no choice because it's on their books. In order for them to keep financing coming through their company, guess what? They got to clean their books. Their books. Listen, December is the month of the year. I'm going to tell you why. And listen, even for me, I got to clean my debt off my books. I don't want to go into a new year with debt on my books. You see what I'm saying? My company was $40,000 in debt. I knocked that $40,000 out, and now my company were like $4,000 or something dollars left in debt. So when you concentrate on your debt and how to remove it, you'll feel so much better. They have to listen. By law, they have to give you a settlement between 50 to 70%. I say, you know what I say? Don't take no less than 70%. Say, hey, listen, this is America. This is the richest country in the world. I want 70% and I'll pay it. And guess what? They want you to break. They want you to crumble. But you know what? You stick to your guns. You say, listen, you give me a 70% offer and I'll pay it. If not, it'll stay on there for 7 years and I won't pay it at all. Plain and simple. And when you stick to your guns, and guess what? Before the end of the phone call, say, yeah, I'm going to give you my number. So when you're ready to do business, you call me. And I guarantee you they'll be calling you back because they need that debt off the books. Now, if you try that in January, they're going to be like, no. But because of the month, because December is the end of the year, they're more likely to help you. Okay, I gotta go. I got a meeting in 5 minutes. If you need anything, text me 610-470-8992. I gotta change my clothes. And also credit repair, $99 today. $99. If you let me see. If you need IRS stuff, $99 for IRS relief, or if you have back taxes. Our website is www.kirby'screditkingdom.yolasite.com, and have a blessed day.